a warm welcome from both of our sides. We will guide you through an integration overview where we will talk about the strategy and share also some updates with you. My name is Vivian and I'm a Senior Director for the SAP Business Technology Platform. I've been working with the BTP for over 7 years and it's been a great pleasure to talk of all of the different varieties of the Business Technology Platform and advise different customers on the journey of where to start, but also maybe also more where to innovate, so on the various different stages. And today I'm joined by...
I'm Shilpa Vij. I have the privilege to be part of product management team for SAP Integration Suite. I'm based out of Germany and it's been around 14 years with the same team. Very warm welcome from my side as well. And in my current role, I'm responsible for my product and customer success.
Great, and we both will be sharing a lot of updates with you today. So let's maybe get started in terms of like what we will be going through. So first, a bit of a quick overview of like for anybody who doesn't really know what the SAP Integration Suite is about. Then we go into all of the new AI capabilities that we're building into the technology. Then we go into some of the key innovations. We will also show you some short demos and then cover the roadmap and the summary and leave some questions for Q&A. I hope this sounds good. If you have any particular thoughts, like yes, nodding, great, love that. But obviously, if you do have particular thoughts, please also let us know. We're happy to address them. So yes, with that, let's get started in terms of the overview. And I feel like when it comes to integration, there's obviously a lot of different parts and moving pieces in your organization out there. And I see again somebody nodding, so it's like, yes. So it feels for me a bit like, oh my God, how do you navigate through this tunnel? There are like so many different endpoints of how you could maybe do something. So we're hoping that this is maybe where you are today, but after the next hour and a couple of minutes, you will not feel this way anymore. And this is where we see that a lot of complex challenges. So for example, I mean, like having some cloud products, having maybe some on-premise products, or using SAP and maybe some kind of third-party applications, or even having different data silos in your organization, and all of this bundled together in all of this massive cloud. So, and this is where we hope we can address a lot of these complex challenges with the SAP Integration Suite. And we will show you a little bit more of how this can be done. But in case you do not are familiar in terms of like in a wider context, how this all sits together. So you may have seen, or maybe also using some of kind of like our ERP software or cloud ERP software. Around this, we have the various different arms of human capital management, spend management and business networks, supply chain management and customer relationship management. And all of this is underpinned by the SAP Business Technology Platform. The technology platform itself is the one platform that encompasses all of like 5 key areas: application development, automation, integration, data analytics, and AI. And I would say over 90 different services we have on there with various different capabilities. Earlier this morning, I was talking a bit of an overview of the SAP Business Technology Platform. If you do want to learn more about, I've also recorded the session, so you can also have a look at this. But I'm just saying that there is like various different sources of what you can do. And today in the session, we will focus only on the integration piece going forward. So with that, it's often the question of like, what can you actually integrate, right? When we're talking about integration, what can you integrate? And there we have a question to you. So we're looking for a % number of deployed integration scenarios with non-SAP connectors. So now, give me some numbers. What do you think? How many percentage of these are with non-SAP connectors? 50. Are we going higher or lower? 60.
70.
70. 72. 85. Okay. Drum rolls, and it's actually 77% of integrations with non-SAP connectors. And this is really crucial because first myth that we want to take from you today is SAP Integration Suite is not only for SAP integrations. You can do it SAP to SAP, you can SAP to non-SAP, and you also can do non-SAP to non-SAP. So this is one of the first myths that we really want to like kind of like bring one of these messages home, that you can do a vast variety of integrations with the SAP Integration Suite. But again, what can you now integrate? Well, you can obviously integrate SAP applications. You can also integrate third parties. You can have B2B integrations, and you can also integrate with various different governments. How do you do this? Well, you have a vast variety of different capabilities with, for example, helping you in your strategy and when you're kind of doing an integration assessment to understand, okay, where do you even should start with all of this journey, helping you to determine for this particular scenario which solution would be then the best way to go forward. Then having more often cloud integration scenarios, which is like end-to-end integrations, which is a bit then compatible to what you might be knowing from PO, PI, but obviously much more on steroids because there's many more new ways of how you can do this. But then in addition, we have also other different integration scenarios that, for example, is with API management, where you can create and manage all of your different APIs. We also have event-driven architecturing, which is when an event is a state of change. So think about if something happens in your organization, for example, a new sales order comes in, or any kind of product is updated in your warehouse, or something is shipped. All of these are changes of state. So how do you actually achieve real time in your organization? Well, with this particular solution, you can really have instant connections across all of your landscape to facilitate this real time information load in your organization. But then also we have open connectors or an integration advisor that helps you, or if you're looking into migrating from PIPO, we also have various different migration assessments where we also will hear a little bit later from my colleague. And then you have also the options to, with our multi-cloud offering, you can either choose one of the hyperscalers or do run on the integration edge integration cell, which is more for like hybrid scenarios to run these integration scenarios. So if there's one mental snapshot from the session today and you want to know what SAP Integration Suite is about, ta-da! This is the one that you kind of need to understand and bring home, because this is really kind of summarizing all of it. And what we're now doing is we're going a bit deeper into these things. You will get these slides, but feel free to take pictures if you want to. I know it's sometimes handy to just have them on your phone, but just also reassuring you, you will also get these slides. So in terms, I mentioned like SAP to non-SAP, right? So here, for example, we have various different pre-built integrations for S4 and S4HANA Cloud, which you can see here from, for example, to Salesforce, to Workday, or to ServiceNow. Just to give you an example, if you maybe recognize some of the names or are you using them. But then the next question after we have asked, okay, what can you integrate? We're asking ourselves, what kind of value can it actually provide to you? So, and there, I feel like I want to cite this report from Forrester. And I want to guide your attention to the first bullet point. The suite pays for itself in less than 6 months. So they have done a study with various different customers, and with all of these customers, when they have like put these different resources together, within 6 months, the SAP Integration Suite pays for itself. Which I think is the first remarkable point in terms of the business value and the really concrete numbers. The second is, I want to guide now your attention to the top. It says customers achieve a 345% ROI after 3 years. And then they also have an increased developer efficiency by 30%. And I feel like, obviously, read this report, right? We have linked it here for yourself, but I'd just like to highlight some of the key scenarios. Concrete business value that you get when you use this particular platform. Again, from Forrester has done the study, not us. They just talked to various different customers. But I feel like if you need to talk to your organizations, is it useful or is it not? But I think I want to leave you with one anecdote, because I always believe it's better to hear the customer voice. And I was at a conference, I would say like half a year back or something, where I just was about to go on stage. So I was in backstage, and just like 2 CIOs that had a kind of a fireside chat were on the stage before. And then they came backstage, and then the moderator was moderating me on. And what they just started to talk was like, oh, this is really interesting what you do actually with the BTP and so on. And, you know, can you tell me a bit more about this integration part? And it was like, you're not using the SAP Integration Suite? Oh my God, you should really get started, because this is really what has helped us so much in the organization. And this just was me overhearing 2 CIOs talking next to me. So again, I just want to give you this message that there's a lot that has driven value for these different companies. But we also are, for the 4th consecutive year, a leader in the Magic Gartner Quadrant with this particular technology. So obviously there you can also read more about, you know, what kind of capabilities we offer in comparison to the market. But there's another question that you might ask, and after we've established, okay, what it is and what value it can give, is how can you even quicker realize value? Because we ideally want you to get up to speed and realizing this value as quick as possible. And in there, we have another question to you. So we have something called Business Accelerator that help you to speed up your integration. And now we're looking for just a number. How many Business Accelerator do you think we have in this space? 200. 3,400.
So these accelerators include all APIs, events, everything, pre-built content, everything.
Then yeah, we're well into the thousands then.
So
I'll say 8,000.
8,000. Okay, so the number is 8,500 plus. So what that means is you don't need to start from zero. You're starting already up here because all of these different accelerators help you to already leverage these pre-built integrations, these APIs that we have out there, these connectors that we have out there. So we highly encourage you to go onto this website. So again, second takeaway after the snapshot you have done already mentally is this website, the SAP Business Accelerator Hub. Feel free to take a picture, scan the QR code right now or something, but you just can see the savings and the acceleration factor. So that's why it's called Business Accelerator Hub. Where again, if you want to start in your journey or you already have started, but you do want to still get more value out of it, check for what's out there already and then use it by implementing it in your organization. You can see here a couple of different overviews of how obviously this number that I shared earlier with you kind of got put together, but you can see here the different what we have available and what we do not have available. On top of this, we have also an integration strategy paper that really outlines, again, obviously the different capabilities, but also these different steps that you can take with this different integration assessment that I was mentioning earlier on the slide. I will also have tomorrow a bit more of a deep dive session on some of these capabilities, so feel free to come along, where we also will talk a bit more about these. But obviously, this paper in itself really gives you a good overview of like how to even start also your integration strategy from like a bit of a context for how this might work in your organization. But now the next question is, what kind of values customer could experience from it? And here, just a couple of customers that we have seen really like benefiting from this value from the SAP Integration Suite. So for example, we have Toyota here that reduced their costs for integration by 50% of SAP and third parties. 50%, and I feel like this number kind of goes through these different customer scenarios, but if you focus then here, TUM was able to twice as fast to implement these different integration scenarios across SAP and again other third parties. Or Chimera integrated over 363 interfaces over to the SAP Integration Suite. So these are just a couple of numbers, right, where you can get a bit of a feeling what kind of business value it creates for these different companies. We have also linked you at the top. If you want to know more about customers who have experienced this, obviously feel free to check out this area as well. But if I would kind of to summarize, like what would the SAP Integration Suite give you? First of all, agility and flexibility, right? Because we're supporting cloud, but also hybrid and on-premise scenarios with it. We have a variety of different scenarios of how you can build out integrations, which again is not, this is all not available as PIPO part of it, right? These different types of patterns, this doesn't give you. This is what really, it comes with the newer features that are part of the SAP Integration Suite, these more modern scenarios that you can leverage. And that obviously then gives you faster time to value. We have seen it from these different customers scenarios. We have seen it in the study that have been shown you. But again, pre-built integrations that accelerate your time to value. We have also low-code AI-based approach where we will show you a couple of more scenarios. But then also we have a way of how you can also secure your investment that you have already by helping you with the migration support from these different systems, but also help you to consolidate maybe any kind of third parties. So third mental snapshot for you is how this is kind of like summing it up. So this is so far to the overview of SAP Integration Suite. Now we're going to move over into how we're embedding AI into the application. So, and I feel like when it comes to the whole AI topic, I would like you to take the two main things from it. So first of all, Joule is the co-pilot that we implement across all of our cloud portfolios, which will help you to, for example, navigate you or bring you to a particular place in any kind of software or help you with step-by-step reasoning. Also soon it will help you with some analytical approach. But then on top of this, we're embedding AI into each of the different products that we're having. And one way of where we're integrating AI is obviously in our integration suite. So this is now embedded AI scenarios. But you maybe will hear throughout the day several other parts where we might also talk to you about custom AI or building something yourself, with the SAP Business Technology Platform. And this is now the interesting part, because the SAP Business Technology Platform plays a dual role. Of course, it's one of our products, so that's why we're embedding AI into it to make, for example, the development of integrations quicker and faster and easier. But on the other hand, the SAP Integration Suite, the SAP Business Technology Platform, is a technology platform with a variety of, for example, of how to build applications, how to prepare your data, how to leverage some pre-built models, AI models that we have been building. All of this, again, gives you also tools how you can build things yourself. And the interesting part with the SAP Business Technology Platform is that the same tools that we use to build things, to integrate things, we use them in SAP ourselves to, for example, build Joule, build these embedded AI capabilities, leveraging large language models. All of this is also running through the SAP Business Technology Platform. But right now here, we're focusing on how we're embedding AI into integrations. And how we're doing this, so when we're developing AI, it is always important that we have 3 guiding principles, because what you ideally want when you're using AI is you want something that is relevant to your business. You do not want to know maybe what's for dinner tonight or anything. You want to have a relevant answer to your business problem. You also want that this answer is reliable in the sense that it's not completely hallucinated. So out of the air, you want it to be grounded on your business data. And you want it to be responsible in the way that we have obviously some ethics and privacy standards that we have set out, but also that something doesn't happen in your organization that you really do not want to read in the newspaper. What I always say, if you want to start an AI policy in your organization, think about what's the worst headline that you can have in from your organization in the news. For example, we have just been hiring the most biased AI. We have a biased AI, and that's why we're only hiring one particular part of human. These are kind of the scenarios that you only want to think about that not should happen. This is how you kind of go back. But again, this is about the 3 guiding principles that we also set in mind when we are developing AI. You may have seen also this overview slide. So it talked about Joule, right, as a top, where we can access and also help you navigate. I talked about a bit of the embedded AI capabilities, and also now here the possibility for you to build your own customized applications using the SAP BTP. We have, and Leila said it already in the morning, but we have already over 100+ generative AI use cases that are embedded AI capabilities across our landscape. Again, but for today, we're focusing on this, how are we embedding AI into this particular platform. And let's now give you a couple of scenarios of how we're doing this, particularly in the SAP Integration Suite. So for example, how you can have a conversational AI-based digital assistant to help you find the right integration scenarios, to propose you based on what you need. We also have a way of how you can actually build some of the integration scenarios out, or help you with a recommendation for interfaces and mapping. Let's look into one particular use case. So here we have Clara, an integration developer, and now she's trying to find the right integration that can help her, again, being faster, and also help her to improve the way of how she finds this content. So in this video, I want to show you. So this is the SAP Business Accelerator Hub, which I've shown to you before. And instead of just typing it in and searching it for yourself, you could also start now using, or I think it's in a beta version is released, so you can already have a look at it. But we're constantly improving it, of how you can, for example, integrate S4 and SuccessFactors together. And here are a couple of different scenarios of what you could do. You can then view it directly on the Business Accelerator Hub. So again, this is kind of navigating you to a particular area, or even add it to your workspace, and then ask you to which kind of workspace you want to register to. And then in the next step, you will be able to see, okay, it has been added to you because you are actually signed in the account. So that's why it knows of how to add it to it. And then you can start using it, the pre-built content from there. So this is one scenario of how you can already start leveraging some of the AI tools. And you can see here it's also going a bit further. But another one that I want to show to you is, again, if we have now another integration developer, of how to actually, again, now build these integrations out. And one way of how you're able to do this is what I want to show you in the next video, is how you can build. For example, you can obviously build it in a manual way, but you also can leverage AI for building these integration flows out for you. And what you then would do is, in a natural way, you would put a prompt in of like what to build out, and then send it off, and then the system will recognize, okay, I need a couple of more information. So for example, who is the sender system, which is the receiver system, and also what is the name for this particular integration. And then you start send it off to generate it, and then the next step we will see it has generated some AI flow. Of course, this will not replace all of your integration developers, right? But it will definitely help you along this journey for how to start developing and being a bit faster in the way, and maybe also giving you guiding principles of how to maybe develop something. And then another way of what we have also already released is when it comes to our API led integrations. Remember, there were like various different patterns, and this is now the API one. So this is an API owner, and here we are able to detect any kind of anomalies that are happening maybe in the space. So what you can also see here in this video is, just see, that the person has been receiving an email, has been notified, okay, so there has been some kind of anomaly in their landscape when it comes to their APIs, and that it should take a look at it in terms of what are these anomalies. So then we go directly into the SAP Integration Suite, and we can see, okay, it has detected 2 anomalies in the last 7 days. So we're going to view these anomalies, and we can see, okay, this one has been in the API traffic increase, and he has been in API client error increase. And we also get a couple of more details. We can see which affected entities we have. We have here the work order download. So then we double click on this one, and then we also get a bit more of a breakdown here, and we can see even what was the usage, and then we can also see where was the anomaly detected. And then from there we can also get a couple of more guiding details to help you even what should be these particular scenarios. So for example, here on the right hand side we see a couple of suggestions of maybe what has been causing this, and then also a description of what has been exactly happening. So again, a couple of guiding principles to help you on your journey. So this was just an overview about some of the AI capabilities that are already available. So the last 2 are already available for you to use. And now I would like to give over to you to guide us through the new key innovations.
Thank you so much, Vivian. How we have done the key innovations in approximately this last 12 months is this. So we have categorized into 5 buckets. First one is your API catalog, which was again a big ask from a lot of our customers. Then GenAI. Vivian has talked a lot about GenAI, and I will also quickly show you the recent one which has gone into the product, and it will be soon updated in your premium editions in Q4 timeframe. Then expanding the migration coverage. A couple of customers are there on PIPO. We want to lift them, and we would want to ask them to move to Integration Suite. Also in that journey, how they can modernize their integrations when they move to cloud. This is something which we are working on. And the 4th bucket is event-driven integration. So when we try to move our ICOs to Integration Suite, we want you to at least take API or event-first approach and see how you can really modernize your infrastructure. As well as you can also look into pre-built content. So that's where quite a bit of investments have gone in. Then more on the pre-configured third-party content as well as the adapters. Yeah, so let's jump one by one into this. So there are a couple of items in this slide which is on the roadmap and which we are developing it now, and it might go in Q1 to Q2 2025 timeframe. So please, with a disclaimer, it's not everything is out yet, and I will tell you what is there and what is not. So what we want to do with this developer hub, if you would have used API management, anyone? API management? Okay. So if you would have used API management, we used to have an API portal, which we say, where you design your API, proxies, put policies, secure it, and then push it to developer ecosystem, which is API Business, Enterprise Business Hub, right? Then now that is now changed into Developer Hub. That's a new name for it. So what we are doing with this Developer Hub is we are trying to curate a central place where you can have all your APIs and events, and your developer ecosystem can come, access your APIs, use it, and also you will be able to monetize it. This is a story now also. Key differentiating factors, what we are doing is events was not there. You cannot discover events. We will have events coming in Q2 2025 timeframe. Yeah. Integration with build is not there. We want build developers to directly come to this developer hub to get the APIs and events. That will go out in Q1 2025. What is out recently now is, if you see what's new with Integration Suite, is API Management's Developer Hub. Small difference, what already exists now is in Developer Hub, you will have a content admin persona who will be able to categorize APIs into products and will be able to publish it as well with rights. You will have to give your content admin persona the rights. This is the difference. So this Developer Hub stands alone on its own. This is the first investment which has gone in.
And then maybe one quick note on those who are not familiar with what SAP Build is. SAP Build is now the new extension platform of how you can develop applications. Let it be low-code way, let it be a pro-code way of Java and JavaScript, or also now ABAP. So this is now the new umbrella term, SAP Build. Just have it in your head as the extension platform going forward for all of these different scenarios that I just mentioned. And we will have exactly also now this connectivity with the Developer Hub.
Okay. Generation of integration flows. When you go, what Vivian has also shown, when you go to your design workspace, okay, so if you go to your, let me just explain you this. As of now, what Vivian has shown is in Designer, you will be asked to generate integration flow automatically, but this is not Joule enabled as of today. We will have this soon going out in next year timeframe, H1 or H2. Also, for a developer persona, David as an integration developer wants to know where is the most consumption of the memory if he has Groovy scripts, right? If you're from PIPO world, you have to move your Java mappings to Groovy. And there we were seeing a lot of customers facing challenges. Their memory was really full and they want to optimize it. There were a lot of questions. So we have taken a GenAI approach here. And we have an optimize button which will tell you the newer Groovy script. And based on that, you can apply it, apply a portion of it, and so on and so forth. So we will see a demo here. Okay, so you see here, let me just again tell you, this is not yet there. This is a designer, and from design, you are just creating a package and an artifact. Here, we will be embedding Joule, where you will be just asked to give sender, receiver, system, and details, and your iFlow will be generated. So this is problem. Okay, so here I'm just giving you the giving the sender and the receiver, and you will just see an iFlow is generated. What I wanted to show you a Groovy script. I will just add a flow step Groovy script here. Let's say you already have it in your iFlow, and now with this Groovy script, we see that we go to inspect here, and you see that your memory is already full. Yeah, you can see memory exhaustion detected. As of now, a lot of customers reach out to us via tickets. What is the problem? Even if they have the design guidelines, design principles, if they follow, there is a problem with the Groovy script. That was the business case which we have picked up. And if you see here, when you click on the memory usage, you just click on it and you can see this is the iFlow which is creating a lot of memory. You can see it in dark blue color, right? High memory. When you click on it, you will be directly moving from inspect here from the tool to integration flow editor. And you will be able to see the integration flow. When you click on the Groovy script, you have GenAI part optimize button here. When you click on it, you will be seeing that it will generate some recommendation how your Groovy script should look like. Now it is up to you. You want to accept the complete script as is and take it, or you can also select the pieces. So now I have just accepted everything, and you can just deploy and see. You will see that your memory utilization will go down. Now, with this, I will actually just deploy it, and maybe we can see later this part. So this was the script optimization feature, which will go out now in Q4 2024. Okay, so now coming to the third bucket, where our PIPO customers are struggling and they would want to move to Integration Suite, what we are doing there. We have tried closing quite a bit of gaps if you have seen our roadmap. Yeah, and that's where a lot of our PIPO customers who have more than 6,000 plus interfaces, in fact 12,000, this was a recent journey which I was in on Friday's discussion. 12,000 interfaces customers have also started their journey towards Integration Suite. So the first one is, if you are trying to build your integrations newly, it should be on Integration Suite only. Please do not invest on PIPO now. Yeah, and if you're already there on PIPO, we have quite a bit of recommendations now gone into the tool, which will help you to see how you can leverage the newer protocols, REST or data SOAP, and also the newer styles of integration. Let's say if you have to keep your core clean, we also recommend you to see our pre-built content, which will help you to quickly get started with your journey. Do not overload your ecosystem to, let's say if you have 1,000 interfaces, we don't recommend you to move 1,000 to Integration Suite now. Start simple, get confident, and then scale. Like code intensive, ground to ground cases where you have edge integration cell needs or a lot of code complex interfaces, keep it till for the end. Yeah. So this would be our suggestion, and that's where we have worked on. So this part has gone into the tool. I have a session tomorrow, especially for PIPO customers moving to Integration Suite, and I will show it on the system. If you want to see it in the system now also after the session, we can also catch up. Just again, a bit highlights on the migration tool. If you have used it, we have moved from a template-based approach to pattern-based approach. We realized that we were like bombarding the templates, which were like 30 plus in numbers. Now we are really reduced it. And then we have our, again, modernization recommendation in the tool now. But again, we are working on GenAI capabilities which can suggest you that after this flow step, you can directly use this. So these are a couple of things we are still working on it. Creation of reusable mappings, ICOs, which has Java mappings, references to imported archives. This has also gone in the product now. Okay, coming to events and event-driven architecture. These are the top investments which we have done and innovations we have done. Event Mesh is now part of Integration Suite. I think all of you might have seen it, whoever has standard edition as well, because it is part of standard and premium edition. Direct consumption of S/4HANA events, advanced event mesh adapter went out in Q3 timeframe. Then we had distributed tracing. We also went across data centers, AIF as an event enabler now.
Sure, okay, maybe just a quick recap of what event-driven architecturing is.
Couple of sentences. So why do you need an event-driven architecture? Again, as Vivian mentioned, there is a change in the state of data or notifications. We feel really comfortable if we get a notification on our mobile when the gates of our flights are changed. This is an event, right? So similar type of notification you might be getting, you might want to get it in your mobile or in your landscape when there is a change in event, creating of a business partner, there is a fire in some secure place if you are into this IT landscape, and so on and so forth. So we have, in event-driven architecture, we have event enabler or the sender, broker, and the receiver. Integration Suite or Advanced Event Mesh is the event broker. Integration Suite can also act as enabler and receiver of the events, but this is in general the event-driven architecture. Also for advanced event mesh scenarios, which is like a global mesh. For example, you take IKEA, right? We have shops in Germany, in London, in US. right? Now, let's say if one of the item is not there in London, the headquarters should get a notification that this is not there. So you have to set an event mesh kind of an architecture. That's where the advanced event mesh comes into picture, when you really want multiple brokers. Yeah, but we have a dedicated session tomorrow. Please feel free to attend. We will have demos also there. Okay, so there were a lot of asks from our customers that how can we monitor these events, or Cloud ALM is our central monitoring tool on cloud for all our SAP applications. We're trying to figure out how we can do the third-party integrations as well. But as of now, this is the tool, and this is in the roadmap. I think this item will move to Q1 timeframe, and we will have advanced event mesh, integration of advanced event mesh also in Cloud ALM. Okay, now again one question. So we have around 250 adapters. How many of these adapters are there for your non-SAP integrations or non-SAP connectors? Any guesses?
So it can't be 260.
Yeah, 12?
No, only joking.
200?
200, 12, okay. Yeah, so we have 240 plus adapters that are for third-party integrations, and we are really building on top of it.
And I mean, it's just 10 for SAP, the rest
Yeah.
is again for external.
External.
So let's emphasize that point, right? So here you can obviously see the ones that we have.
Okay, so there will be a lot of connectors, third-party connectors in the roadmap as well. If you just go to our roadmap explorer, you will be able to see it, but I have the list as part of the roadmap too. Okay, so let's move on to the roadmap for Integration Suite. Now, we have just divided into 4 bucket lists: modernization of integration, business accelerators, because this is a big, big, big ask, and this is the differentiating factors also when you compare Integration Suite in the market with other vendors. AI, and also the flexible deployment. How many of you know about Edge Integration Cell? You might be using it. So let's focus a bit more, if time permits, there as well. Yeah, we have some time. So for modernization of integrations, when you move from PO to Integration Suite, I know a lot of customers are waiting for supporting the dual stack scenarios, mass migration. It will go out in Q1, 2025. And then you are also waiting for B2B migrations, right? B2B integrations, as of now, you cannot migrate. Yes, it is there. It will be, I think, in Q2, Q3 timeframe. And also pipeline concept, if you're using, it is there. You can manually use it, but we wanted to put it in tool. That will also go out soon. I will come to the adapters, where our PIPO customers are a bit concerned, and I'll come to that as part of the business accelerators. As you see, HubSpot, IBM MQ, Google adapters, a lot of adapters are there in roadmap. We want to have our ecosystem also supporting here, so we really want to fasten this process where our customers can directly use third-party adapters. So I can also show it to you if time permits. Roadmap Explorer, there you can get the updates, what we are doing in Q1, Q2, and Q3, Q4 timeframe, and also the vision, especially for 2026 timeframe. Okay, so this is with respect to the connectors. AI topic, we have divided into 3 bucket lists: developer productivity, then how to operational excellence, and finally to reduce the transition time to cloud. So these are the 3 bucket lists, and we will be doing quite a bit of investments there. As of now, if you have seen the demo on Business Accelerator Hub, we are not yet there with Joule. That will go out next year. Directly creating mappings from scratch. This is another investment which we are doing that will go out next year. SQL generator will again go out next year. I have a couple of demos in my developer system, so I can show it to you later, but not as part of the session. Okay, so these are the, and also we want to improve the anomaly detection, because as of now, you can get a mail, but we want to see if you can get mobile notifications and other stuff. Then coming to the flexible deployment model, I just wanted to take a step back here because I think it is important that you know about Edge Integration Cell before going into what we are doing in Edge Integration Cell. So Edge Integration Cell, since a couple of you are using, is an extension to Integration Suite. It will not replace your PIPO. Integration Suite is your to-go platform for PIPO investments. Edge Integration Cell is just an extension. It's a runtime which will run on your Kubernetes environment. You have to get your Kubernetes and it will run. It's normal process of updating. Customer will have to update it. You will get one instance of Edge with standard and premium editions. Question if it is there on free tier or free trial. No, it is not there yet. We will see how our ecosystem can check and use it. Okay, now coming to the roadmap, but any questions before we move to the roadmap of this Edge Integration Cell?
So you say with Cell that you get one, you can pay for more, right?
Yeah, absolutely. You can buy, we have additional SKU, and also the messages which goes out of Edge is we charge 50%.
Okay.
Yeah. So what we have done in this Edge is we have got the API policy engine together and the worker together on the Edge runtime. You can design your integrations in the cloud, in the designer, a unified experience for our customers, and you can deploy in the environment of your choice, be it cloud integration or your Edge cell. All the policies are not yet there. That's where it's in the roadmap. We will try to come up with more policies. As of now, we have 40 policies in API management. Yeah, we are trying to have this in Edge too. All your adapters, I don't know whether it is there here or not. Yeah, for PIPO, OFTP2, file, RFC sender will go out first in Edge Integration Cell. I think I could see somewhere here. Yeah, this will go out in Edge Integration Cell. I know a lot of customers are waiting. This is the highest voted requirements on our influence too. So yes. Now coming to the environment, so Edge now it is available in GKE, Google Kubernetes Engine, which is the recent one in Q4, which has gone out. We are targeting for Alibaba Cloud as well. Yeah, remote OData API access, additional policies is not yet there. So why customers are asking for remote OData access is to have monitoring local, to have local monitoring or monitoring their scenarios locally. That is the expectation from customers, so that also we are working on it. And let's say if your Edge cell is not connected to internet, how long we can support that? Offline connectivity mode. We have some scenarios where we support now, but we are trying to also invest there and see how we can support you in offline mode. With this, I think I am quite covered. Yeah, exactly. Once in order queue, you know EOIO is topmost for our PIPO customers, yes. But when we dig deeper into the scenarios, I think there are fewer scenarios for customers and they have kept it in the last bucket when they want to move it. So yes, but it will come out soon. Inspect critical resources such as CPU. This is very important one. You might have seen the inspect button in the tool. I was part of Sony where when they were launching the PlayStation 5. Yeah. Now, what happened during this process? It was a complete 12 hours project. Yeah. And during this process, they had around lot of other tools which they were using apart from cloud integration, which was the heart of their system or their launch. Now, what happened is they were very scared before the Black Fridays and Cyber Mondays sale because you have a lot of traffic there. That point in time, you have to really see your usage, CPU usage. As of now, if you are there or if you have raised a couple of incidents, we handle that based on you telling us when is your expected load. We wanted to get it in the tool, and that's where we want you to inspect your CPU usage by yourself. Yeah, that will go out soon. A lot of customers are also waiting for it. Integration Suite for your integration needs in today's and your future landscape. This is one line summary. Yeah, but if we have time, I would also want to show it to you how the unified experiences of all these capabilities look in the tool. But before that, anyways, question and answers we have already taken. If you have time here, we have Accelerator Hub link also, yeah, Business Accelerator Hub. You can scan this, and I will also show it to you in the system. When you scan this, you will see quite a bit of content what Vivian has also shown, 8,000 plus integrations, pre-built integrations, APIs, events, connectors, gone in. So you can also discover it. Do we have time?
Yeah, I think we do have a bit more time.
Okay,
So maybe let's
so
go.
we can just more, yeah. So question is, just for everyone, if we move from PIPO to Integration Suite, the licensing model will change. Is there something which we should keep in mind? To answer that, we have design guidelines and principles available on Business Accelerator Hub, which you can use. You can see how you can design your integrations so that you do not run into that space where you are just consuming a lot of messages. You can just put a stop to the integration flow, which you don't want to run. And also you can design your scripts where you don't have a lot of memory, which is consumed. All these design guidelines are there on Business Accelerator Hub.
So maybe let's show them in just a second. So one thing is the SAP Discovery Center, where you can find all of the different services. I mean, here's like missions of how to even get started with the SAP Integration Suite, for example. You can also find reference architectures of how to build something out, or even particular services that you're interested in it. And what you, for example, would be interested in these like different commercial models, right? That I was like mentioning before. You can find all of them here. Again, the most common one is the SAP BTP EA, just because it gives you the flexibility of using any, like you can just like now filter, then you can use like 63 services with this one. So you can just decide which one to switch on or which one to switch off. And then if you, for example, use go for the SAP Integration Suite, you can see here then a bit of an overview, the pricing, related missions. So for example, how to get started, right? How to get started with the API management. Again, some reference architectures, the roadmap, customer stories, and many more links that I personally myself use all the time when I'm like talking to different people. Do you want to maybe share the Business Accelerator Hub?
Yeah, so here you can see if there were some questions when I was just walking around the pods at the booth. How can we partner with SAP on delivering content, pre-built content? Just send a mail to me. I will get in touch, or both of us. We will get in touch with internal colleagues who can help you to have pre-built integrations, APIs, also events, also partner content. So if you just move down here, you can see what we have. We have all the integrations. This is like choose a product, and you can see integrations there. I'm not going to go into this here. So these are APIs, events, adapters. So all our connectors, adapters are available here. You can just click on it. I will just refresh it, yeah. Anaplan, this has just gone out this in Q4, Anaplan adapter, also RabbitMQ, HubSpot. Oh, HubSpot, see, it was there in my roadmap. It's already there, yeah. So latest and the greatest information is available here. This is a feedback button. APIs which doesn't have fields, your question, right? Please feel free. What happened? So we have hidden this feedback button intentionally so that we don't get a lot of feedback, right? I'm just kidding. This is available
it
for
is
you.
very visible. What do you mean?
on your left. So you can just click on it, and based on if you feel that there is some issue or a bug, please feel free directly to raise it. Do not wait for this. But if you have suggestions and all, we have influence channel. All the links are here.
Yeah, where's the influence channel?
So influence channel for all services across SAP, all the links are here. For Integration Suite, we have, where did it go?
I think SAP BTP would need to do it.
Yes, here you go. It's 2282 number. You can, all the links are there. Okay.
Okay, you really know that you're the person behind it if you do know the key, the link 2282. Yeah, so this is the influence channel. So anything, not only SAP integrations, but anything you can provide suggestions, or even look through what other customers have suggested and maybe like, oh, this is actually something that I also really would like to have. So give it a thumbs up.
So, and the beauty of influence channel is we will get to know which customers, it gives the name of the customers as well as the mail ID, so that we can also touch base with you again. For example, we wanted to do a beta program for OFTP2. A lot of automotive industry was asking about OFTP2 adapter. We wanted to do a beta program to just show to them how we have developed it. We could use this channel to get the names, and then we went ahead with the beta program.
Yeah.
I think we are doing it in January timeframe.
So
yes.
this is a way of how we're really co-innovating also with you together,
exactly.
where you then can have influence on what should be ideally put into and providing us with the feedback.
Yeah. But what APIs fields are not there, please feel free to raise it via this. Directly shoot a mail to both of us. Our mail IDs are there at the end of the slide. And we will get back to you regarding that.
Okay.
Also, we wanted to show you the partner content to answer this question of partnering with us. So there is a process how you can build your content and put it on Business Accelerator Hub. You can see a lot of partners have done it. These are our partner content. If you see, I'm sure quite a bit of our audience will already be there here on Business Accelerator Hub here. So you can see. Okay, so what else anything else you want to know?
Yeah.
At one of the earlier sessions I was at today, we talked that the SAP Integration Suite would reach end of life in 2027.
No, not the SAP Integration Suite.
Yeah, this is PIPO.
Yeah.
The end of maintenance of PIPO is 2027 and the extended maintenance is 2030, December 31, 2030. SAP Integration Suite will be the successor of PIPO together with Edge Integration Cell. Again, repeating, Edge Integration Cell is not the successor of PIPO. We want our customers to go in cloud, and there is no end of Integration Suite as of now, at least we are not aware of it.
So just to repeat, there's no end of SAP Integration Suite. This is the way forward.
All your investments.
So somebody needs to update that.
Sure.
Please tell us and we will find this person. Okay, maybe just going back to the slides to... Yeah, I guess, okay, that was it actually. Well, then, okay, with that, first of all, thank you to you for being here today.